Alright guys, so today I wanted to show you guys what a $250 gaming PC looks like in 2026. Now, like always, links to everything will be in the description below, and let's just get right into it. Okay, so for the CPU, we are going with the Xeon E52689. Now, this is a chip that came out in 2012, and you actually can't get the exact same parts that we're using in this build. Basically, I bought most of these parts 2 years ago, so you actually can't go to the same listing. But I went on AliExpress, and you can actually find this chip with a motherboard for $34. So it is a Xeon chip, so it's actually meant for servers and really isn't supposed to be used for a gaming PC. It does have 8 cores and 16 threads, but it does take a lot of power, around 115 watts, which compared to modern CPUs, that is really just a lot. But yeah, since we're working with such a cheap budget and all of the prices in the PC market just being up, really this is the best option we have. The motherboard itself is pretty basic. It has 2 RAM slots, it also has an NVMe slot, and overall it just basically has all the basics but nothing fancy. But for $34, it's really hard to complain. You get a CPU and motherboard that works, and really that's all that matters at this price. But it also doesn't come with a CPU cooler, so the one that we have here is the Adegrees X79, which you can get for $5.58. Now, you can get this on AliExpress as well, and honestly, this is pretty much the most basic CPU cooler I could find. I basically was just trying to find a cooler that would fit with the X79 socket, and this is the cheapest one that came up, and honestly, it gives us decent temps in gaming, so really that's all that matters. Okay, so for the RAM, this is where I actually was just super surprised because even DDR3 RAM is more expensive. Basically, a DDR3 1600 MHz kit at 16 GB is going for $39. Guys, DDR3 hasn't been relevant in a super long time, and it costs $39 to get it right now. I remember 2 years ago, DDR4 kits at 16 GB for 3200 MHz was going for $43. So to think that DDR3 is almost the same price as that is absolutely insane. But yeah, 16 GB should be more than enough for this system, and especially that we're targeting esports games, there won't be an issue. But yeah, it's crazy to see that even DDR3 is affected by this RAM crisis. So for the SSD, I'm using the Patriot P310 240GB drive, but the one I have linked below is the S501 256GB drive. It basically has the same specs, but that one is going for $55. Guys, $55 for a 256GB SSD. That is just absolutely wild. But yeah, especially when you're trying to build a super budget PC like this, the RAM and SSD prices are really not helping. But yeah, it's really nice that this motherboard actually has an NVMe slot. A lot of X79 boards really just don't have it. So we are going to be getting noticeably better speeds, but yeah, it's just insane that the prices are that bad. For the case, we are using the Cooler Master Q300L. Now, this is actually a case, one of the first cases I've actually bought ever, and it's really basic. It's basically mesh all around. It doesn't come with any fans or anything at all. It's very basic. But yeah, for a $250 build, really, you just need a case that you can put your parts in. If you go on Marketplace, you can honestly probably find a case that would work for like $20 to $30. But yeah, if you do want a new case, this is an option, but I would recommend trying to get something that comes with fans so airflow is a little bit better. But overall, for this $250 build, it should be completely fine. So for the power supply, we have the Thermaltake Smart 500 watt, which you can get for $40. But basically in all my super budget builds, this is the power supply I always use. And the reason for that is there really aren't that many options around that $40 range. To be honest, I really wouldn't recommend getting this power supply. One of the things that you shouldn't cheap out on is a power supply, and that is exactly what we're doing here. So for the parts we're using, it should be completely fine. But yeah, I would totally recommend trying to get something a little bit better. Something like the MSI Mag A550BN is something that I use, and it's going for $53. So really, I would save the money and try to get that. But if you are hard stuck at $250, this is really the only option you have. And now for the GPU, we have the RX 580 8GB, which you can get for $50 on the used market. Now, it's crazy to think that we're still using the RX 580 in 2026, but since we're trying to do a super budget build here, I actually think it works really well. Now, pairing this with this specific CPU, the performance is going to be pretty interesting, as you guys will see in a little bit. But yeah, I think for $50, it's a pretty decent GPU. It has 8GB of VRAM, and for esports titles, it will be no problem. You can easily find this for, as I said, around $50 on the used market, so just take a look at your local market and you should be able to find something. But yeah guys, that is the entire PC, and the total for everything came out to $263.58. And honestly, I think we did pretty good for that price. But yeah guys, like always, I'm gonna show you guys some benchmarks so you guys can see how this PC performs. But with that guys, that is the $250 gaming PC. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to check out the links in the description below, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.